Hey there, welcome to the break room. I'm here with Ren and James, and they don't even know what we're going to talk about.
No
Which
idea.
puts them right about where I am. So in the last show we did, I was talking with Josh, and he made the mistake of saying Warhammer 40K isn't a competitive game. And, well,
Yeah.
I think what people heard was that it was just mostly luck. And I don't think that's what he meant. I think he meant that there is a factor of luck, so you shouldn't get too upset when that comes into play. So it got me thinking that, okay, so there's a game like chess that's 1% luck, right?
If there.
Well, see, I'm considering meta factors like one player might have a cold.
Okay.
You know, might get up and be not feel. His girlfriend might break up with him that morning, and that might just skew his performance very slightly. Okay, so nerds are always looking for the exception, right? It's like, but in episode 82, we clearly saw that they went outside of the space-time continuum. So anyway, and then there's a game that could be 100% luck, that has no chance or no real strategy at all.
Yahtzee.
Just like, let's roll off.
Yeah, Yahtzee.
Okay, so so where is Warhammer 40K on the scale of 1% luck to 100% luck? Show your work.
Go back with the Josh thing. I think what he was meaning, like you were saying, I think it was meaning no matter how much math hammer, no matter how good your list is, you can still roll really bad.
Yeah.
It's a dice game. You can.
You know, I used to argue with a friend. We used to play Axis and Allies, and he'd be like, well, you know, I had bad luck. And I said, well, you know what, I'll bet if I went back and added up all of your scores, your rolls, they'd come out to 3.5, basically, the mathematical average.
Right.
And he said, well, that doesn't matter, because the game actually hinges on a few critical rolls.
Right.
And then that breaks the curve, basically. That you rolled a 1 when you didn't, you know, when it was the worst possible time. What do you think, James?
Honestly, I think games like Warhammer 40K are all pretty much 50-50.
Whoa, 50% luck for 40K?
I think. I mean, that's just...
I would say more along the lines like a 30 or 40.
30?
Luck.
Wow, that is really high.
I think 30 is.
I was going to say 10 to 20.
Well, you can use, you know, like Ren said, you can use Math Hammer until you're blue in the face, but it all comes down to every roll, if you're going purely strategically, is all down to a critical roll. And, you know, you can either roll good, you can roll bad. And you can take the averages over the whole game, and yeah, you might come out with 3.5 on a D6, but it all boils down to what are you doing when you need it, you know.
Huh.
And yeah, you can have excellent tactics. You can, you know, be the world's premier tactician, but it does come down to a dice roll.
Yeah, and there's also
true.
There's
You
ways
can
around
luck
it too.
out.
There's ways around it too. I mean, whole reason why like Hormigons and stuff are good because you can actually get it to where they're re-rolling hits and wounds.
Right.
So that
Wait, you
that
can make them
decreases the
re-roll.
lucks.
Oh, Scything Talons for
Yes.
re-roll hits and
Toxin sacks.
Toxin Sacks.
And also,
Ormagons are great.
if you have like a hive tyrant, you give them preferred enemies to re-rolling all their hit rolls. So
That's outstanding.
I like Death Company with a chaplain. They're re-rolling hits and wounds. There's
Well,
obviously
that's how
ways
you
around
break the system of Warhammer, is that, like, to hit someone, the best you can do is 3+. A 1 or a 2 always misses. Unless you get rerolls, like the Blackguard.
Right.
With Dark Elves, they only miss 1 in 9 times.
Yep.
Which is better than a 2-up to hit.
But even then, I mean, you still got that low chance of rolling 4 1s and then 4 2s. And I still didn't hit.
So today, I guess we're talking about luck. How does luck affect? So I'm saying 10 to 20% is fortune in a game of Warhammer 40K. I'd say it's less in fantasy. For example, I played in a campaign where I was playing Demons of Zinch, who were horrible at the time. And, I guess another factor is your army list, but we won't get into that. And I was playing against a Wood Elf player, and I was basically a novice at the time, and he was a grand tournament winning player.
Fun.
And in the campaign, I happened to decide it'd be a good idea to set up right next to him. And he proceeded to mop the floor with my face. Like, I had no chance of beating him. The only game where I even came close was where he was advising me. Where he took pity on my situation and said, yeah, Sean, actually, you might want to make this other move instead. I'm like, okay.
Nice. I kind of look at it more, like I said, 50-50, because you have to plan for the luck factor. You know, you have to plan I think the 50% of strategy comes from your army list, comes from spending time getting to know the army, what its strengths and weaknesses are.
Ooh, your homework. The strength of your hand as a player might change that luck factor.
Right.
Like for a novice, two novices playing each other might be 50-50.
Yeah. Pure 50-50.
There might be more luck involved in a game like that. Where people that knew all the moves, all the rules, every nuance, were planning 3 moves ahead.
Right.
They're the ones where there would be very little. Or maybe it really is luck then. Because 2 really good people could just be like, well, a chink in the armor was exposed with those double 1s, you know.
A lot of time I do think it also depends on, like, what army you're playing. Because, I mean, if you get those armies that are, like, really low model count, like my Blood Angels, you do need to kind of rely a little bit more on luck.
Well, same thing with, my Orc Knob list. Granted you get 2 wounds per fig, but you're still hoping for the best when it comes to that luck roll.
Yeah, I mean, it still could go bad. I mean,
yeah.
Somebody shoots with a Vindicator. I mean, you could lose 6 knobs from that. Easy.
I've admit that I've been destroyed by a vanilla Marine list with my Orc Knob list.
Oh, that's shameful.
But it came down to the
Well, there was like that one situation where I was playing, when we were playing that little really small game, and it was like my Imperial Guard and your Orcs. I shouldn't have won that.
No.
But I did because I got extremely lucky rolls.
Right. You got great rolls, I had bad rolls, so the combination blew up my dread.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the one guy manages to stick a crack grenade and kills the dreadnought.
Yep.
Well, for my part, I usually don't like to hear about luck in a game. Because if you're winning, it kind of takes away your win.
Right.
The other person, well, you just got lucky. I
do that sometimes.
That's not even useful. After a game, if someone has, beaten me soundly, even if there was a factor of fortune or misfortune involved, it's still more useful for me to say, well, I'm going to go back and look at my tactics. Maybe I played poorly. Let's examine the game.
Right.
So, talking about luck in a game detracts from the more useful analysis.
And you can even take that 4-letter word out and just remember another one. It is just a game. And
oh, okay. You're like, take out the 4-letter word of luck and put in another 4-letter word.
Yeah.
I'm like, how many letters do I gotta change? Right?
Exactly.
All right. Well, we only got 1 minute left, so get in your last words. Oh, the river trolls. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I was saying you guys go ahead. I don't know what to say.
Oh, okay. James?
Go ahead, Sean. What's your
me?
remarks?
Oh, my last word is these river troll figures are awesome.
They are.
Yeah, they are really outstanding. So detailed and characterful. 3 sprues in the box. It's a thick box, and each sprue has 1 troll on it, each one different.
They're very
fantabulous. Real nice kit. So,
if you're looking at luck
well,
in a game,
boys,
it all boils down to no matter how you do in a game, good, bad, or ugly, you can always improve your game.
Most of the time, it's if you have fun in the game, who cares? Who complains about what?
We're going to get so many comments on this. All right, we've run out of time. Hey, thanks for listening in, folks.